Hey, hello, Kevin Womack from DFWITstaffing.com, also owner and acting VP of Recruiting and Sales for Timberhorn. Wanted to do, it's been a while since I've done a video blog. I think I did one of the first of the year, and they're coming fewer and far between. Got a growing company. It's been taking a lot of my time, but I wanted to address something that I have seen, especially on some of the feeds from LinkedIn and articles. I think I need to address this oversimplification that some blog writers and quote-unquote industry professionals have of just oversimplifying the hiring process. I see all of these sensationalized titles on LinkedIn, like the only question you need to know in an interview, or 5 things that you need to ask during an interview, and frankly, it's just these are articles that are typically written by people that aren't even in the business of staffing or finding people jobs or headhunting services. These are just jackasses that want to have a sensationalized title to get as many people to look at their articles or follow them as possible. Let me tell you, there's not one particular thing that's going to get you a job. It's not one particular question. It's not the fact that you ask questions, from an employer. There are a multitude of facets that contribute to somebody hiring you. It can be something as simple as you've got the background and they find you likable. But there are ways that you have to get to that conclusion for a client. So I'm just going to give you, my 10 cents on, some things that I think are helpful when you interview. Some of these are real basic. Some you might not have thought of. So I'm going to go over a couple. Excuse me, I'm going to actually read this while I'm doing this blog. But I'm always telling people arrive early to an interview, around 15 minutes, but never arrive too early where you seem desperate to get the job. If you get to the location early, you might want to wait out in the car parking lot until you get a chance to get to the lobby. Always bring more than one copy of your resume whenever you're talking to an interviewer. You might be in a panel interview, and it just shows the preparedness that they're going to want to see. Also, take a list of maybe a few questions to ask, and before you go on any interview, do some research. Try to try to do a LinkedIn profile, maybe some people you'll be talking to. Do some research on the company. These are things that will help you get the job. Because your objective is to get an offer so you can mull it over on whether or not you want to take it. That is the whole deal. Trust me, you're not going to automatically walk out with the deal, 90+% of the time, but you do want to get an offer, and that's your goal. Be sure that whenever as soon as you get to the place, that you are cordial with the person at the front desk, because trust me, they might buzz back to the manager. Manager might start asking questions immediately. What's the person like? I know I've done that on a number of occasions. So remember, the interview begins as soon as you hit the door. From the beginning, I would maybe leave personal information to a minimum, but do something to break the ice, whether it's something you see in the office that you might have a kinship to, whether it's a university they went to and you also went there, or whether it's a sport that they show or a hobby that they have in their office that you want to get some conversation about. Also, when answering questions, try to give as much information as possible, but not too much where you're dancing around the issue. Address the question directly, give an example, and usually that example, give a type of accomplishment or something that was achieved that you feel might be something to get you the job. Acknowledge that you have skills, or if you don't have skills, but never ever just answer yes, no, and then leave it at that. You don't want to do that. Back up with facts. You're less likely to be quizzed if you can give more information where you seem knowledgeable about the subject. And sell yourself. Talk about some things that you did for the company or business units within an organization that helped that organization and helped other people you work with. I think that one of the best things that you can possibly do is talk about other team members that you work with, team members that you help, and how much you enjoy, supporting and helping other people. I think more of a leadership or supportive type of attitude is best. If asked for a salary figure, do not state an exact amount that you would like. I typically say, look, this is what I've made in the past. So back it up with the actual compensation that you received maybe on your last couple of jobs. And then also, be prepared to ask the people questions. That's the best thing that I can tell you. Get information. So when they answer the questions, you can continue to maybe give examples of your background. And covering concerns, when the interview winds down, be aware of any concerns that an individual might have had, and address those and alleviate those. Even come right out and ask them, do you have any concerns, or do you feel like maybe I might be missing anything that I can cover if there's any question about it. So anyway, I wanted to cover these. I mean, they're not all the specific silver bullet, but I got news for you. There is absolutely no silver bullet, one question that needs to be answered correctly, or 5 questions, or whatever. These folks that are writing these articles have really got to stop that BS, man. It's misleading to people that need work, and it's insulting to those of us that put people on billing and place people for a living. There's much more to it than that. And an oversimplification, I mean, it's like saying, hey, man, all you need to know to be a Major League Baseball player is how to swing a bat. I mean, it's freaking ridiculous. I wouldn't go to, a psychiatrist and say, hey, really, all you need to know to be a psychiatrist is to be able to hear and listen to people. And, there's typically, some more to it than that. And oversimplifying a process like that is a slap in the face to people like myself who have chosen this profession. And, sometimes it's even an art form in trying to, put all of these things together to get people employed. For those of you that are in this business, I hope you can look past these little sensationalized articles written by these folks that half the time have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. And best of luck to you if you are interviewing for a position, or whether you're in this profession to actually put people to work. Thanks. Take care.